Is this cool? So, and it's hard to explain this, right? Even the pictures don't do this justice.
Right.
Because you will not, I mean, this is nature's beauty. This is not anything any person has done. This is billions of years of nature's creation. Very cool, isn't it?
All right, everybody, look over to the door side of the bus. It's kind of in the shade back there, almost behind the bus. We'll see it again here in a second. That is called the Zion Arch, or the Great Arch. We'll see it again here in just a minute when we do our last switchback, I think. That might have, I don't know, maybe one more. No, I think that was the last one. We'll see it again on the way out also. The sun is going to be on it this afternoon, so you'll see it better. Now that alcove is totally natural. So remember yesterday when I talked about the clay and how the clay pops out and creates a little cave and then it erodes bigger and bigger? Kind of the same thing over here. So what happens is there's weak spots in the rock, because remember this is just sand that is petrified, so it's hard to be turned into a rock. So over time, shards of this rock has just slipped off and it's fallen down to the bottom of the canyon and crumbled into all these rocks. See all these rocks? If you look out across the canyon, there's all these little rocks, right? Or actually huge rocks, because those have broken off from the top and has slid down, and then they've broken up over the years. So that's how that arch formed. Pieces have just fallen out, and because just the way that what's the word I'm looking for? Well, nature, it kind of erosion. It goes towards a arch shape.
Oh my God.
So it's very cool. We'll see the arch here again in a second, but we'll see it better this afternoon because the sun will be on it, so we can take a picture and whatnot this afternoon. Not at the bottom yet, no. So straight in front of the bus right now is that Zion Arch. It'll be on the door side, but we'll see it better this afternoon. But just so you guys can get a perspective of it this morning, and then how the sun will move and light up the rocks in a totally different way, in a totally different viewpoint. So that way you guys can get a great viewpoint of both sides. Does that sound good? Are we at the bottom yet? Not yet. So if you look down to the door side of the bus, you can see the road that we're about to be on. And that's the bottom down there, but we're not there yet. No, we're not going to fall off. We have the best driver in the whole world.
Oh my gosh. So many curves.
A lot of drivers think it's fun to do switchbacks like this because you get, instead of just driving in a straight line, you get to turn the wheel back and forth and just have fun down the mountain. But if people are freaking out, you're scaring Dennis, so don't freak out. We're totally safe. Right? Yeah. Really cool, right? Yeah. Banana pudding. Aussie sauce. We've decided, because we're fighting over what word to call it, magnificent, kawaii, we're deciding what. So we've decided on awesome sauce and banana pudding. All right, so we're at the bottom now. Now, everybody, if you're on the door side of the bus, look up. It's crazy that we just came down that mountain. So right now we're going to cross over a little bridge. Okay, it actually is just, it goes over a, it goes over a flash flood riverbed, dry riverbed. But this bridge is made out of every color of sandstone found in the park. That is so banana pudding. So, last year, I have to find where, it might be right here actually. So rocks don't fall off very often, right? Because, I mean, they're solid rocks. But we do have rock slides every now and then. And right through here, I think because they've already fixed the road and everything, we had a huge boulder fall off last year. And it came tumbling down the mountain and landed right on the road. So it was so big that we had to shut this road down. So you couldn't come in through the east side at all. You had to go all the way around the mountain range and go in the west side because they had to blast this rock apart because it was so big. So it took like 3 days for them to get rid of that rock. I mean, it was a big deal. I mean, it was a huge rock. So, but it doesn't happen very often. So when it does happen, it's very interesting and it makes the news and everything because it's pretty cool. Okay, that's not a good thing. So we are gonna go. Yeah. So as we're coming to the driver's side of the bus, on my side of the bus, what river is this? No, not the Colorado. The Virgin River, Mississippi. Usually there's more around. All right, so now on this side of the park, we're gonna look for mule deer, okay? So everybody keep your eyes open for some mule deer. And when you find, it's the one that looks like a deer. It's the only deer we have, yeah. Yeah, so the reason they're called mule deer is because they have really big ears like a donkey, like a mule. So let's see if we can find some. So this river, actually the Virgin River, is a very powerful river here in Zion National Park. And every year it takes out about 1 million tons of sediment out of the park. So what is sediment? Little tiny rocks, really good. Okay, so 1 million tons of sediment. So do you think this park is always changing? Absolutely, yes. Is it visible to our eye? Not really, no. But it is constantly changing. When it rains here and it snows, little bits of the sand is being washed off into the river and the river carries it out. So remember when we went through the Virgin River Gorge yesterday and we went through St. George? The river flows through there, and so when it gets that weird, ucky, muddy color, that's because of Zion National Park. That's because it's helping take some of the sediment out. So if you look over to the side of the bus right now, you can kind of see, a long time ago there was a landslide here, so you can see where all that land came down. When it does rain, there's waterfalls that come off of this hilltop now. It's very pretty, but the landslide has now solidified and it's now hard again because it happened so long ago. We have a lot of cotton trees growing along the Virgin River. Yesterday when we were at the park, did you see all that fluff flying around?